Good morning, everyone. Today is day 7 of the Breakthrough Challenge. We have already moved. We started on day 1, we're on day 7. Gradually, we'll be on day 21, day 42, 45, 70, and finally, we will complete this program. This is my favorite program, Breakthrough. If you probably might have realized that there are very many ingredients that go beyond just intellectual knowledge. If we come here for intellectual knowledge, we'll be wasting our time. So this is one challenge where every single day you show up, you have a pen and paper ready to actually do the work. If you're not doing the work, there will be no breakthrough, because breakthrough is an active process. This is an active process. Reflection is the most important part of the journey we are on. Reflecting about the things you feel, the things you think about, the thoughts that cross your mind. Very importantly, the images that occur to you and the words you use. If something happens at work and you say, oh, it was a disaster, or somebody runs late to come meet you and you say they took forever, or you're facing a challenge, you say it is a tall order, right? That language you use, that is one of the most important things that I would like you to focus, really be clear about. Once you call something a tall order, once you call something, when somebody asks you, how is your week? And you say it's a roller coaster. First of all, have you ever been on a roller coaster? Have you ever been to Disney and gotten on the proper roller coaster, where by the time you come off, there is a song singing in your head for weeks? That's because the roller coaster stimulates every cell you contain, every little cell. So when we say, oh, how was the meeting? It was a cluster. Have you been in a cluster, a proper cluster? You know what a cluster is? A cluster is when regiments of the military attack each other accidentally. And they're attacking each other, they are literally shooting each other. So the language you use, let's start off with what I have been thinking about today. I want you to write down 5 to 10 responses that come to you as a response to this question before we go into the presentation. My life right now is, my life right now is. And if you're not doing this work, if you're just simply listening, you might as well just tune into radio or turn on your television. If you don't have a pen and paper and you're actually writing stuff down, you're wasting your time. My life right now, my life is. See what comes up. Becoming conscious about the language that you use to describe what happens, particularly when you face challenges. The language you use controls what you would allow, what you would perceive, because the language you use, your body perceives emotion. Your body perceives emotion. Your mind perceives images. And the images you end up entertaining are based on the language you select. Once you call your day a roller coaster, once you say, oh, Kenya is going to the dogs, all your brain is thinking about is barking. The language you use. So my life right now is, what is the language? In other words, what are the mental images that your brain is working with? Because your brain doesn't know dog, it just knows the image. You use dog so that you can produce the sound. Dog is an agreement between you and I for what it stands for, but the brain needs the image. So once you select your language, you select the images, right? When you think about what you are able to do, what you're not able to do, you are thinking in words, but your brain is actually seeing the images. So becoming aware about the images that you see. You will all become very familiar with these 2 slides, especially. It is time for you to make it an intention and to actually write down your personal commitment. I am done with carrying unfulfilled longings. I am done with living from a powerless stance. I am done with operating from a passive attitude. You make the commitment because now you know that mere good intentions entail carrying unfulfilled longings, unfulfilled desires, frustrated desires, because desire was designed in you to be fulfilled. When it's not fulfilled, it becomes frustrated desire. And frustrated desire is the source of most people's stagnation. You become stagnated because you have an unfulfilled desire you feel powerless to fulfill. Resolve that you are no longer going to let yourself off the hook easily from the important things that are in your life. Make it a commitment, personal commitment, so that you can move towards intentionality. Resolve that I am going to do what I need to do to start living from an active stance. I will do what I need to do to be focused on now. And that is how we make intentionality practical, how we bring it to be of use to us right now. I am done being interested in things. I am no longer looking at things that I'm interested in. I'm focused on the things that I'm committed to. Like I said last time, it is time for you to stop surrounding yourself with circles you share common interests with and start focusing on circles you share common values with. Another way to look at it is that it's time for you to start detaching from yourself from circles with whom all you share is a history and start aligning with circles with whom you share destiny. Detach from circles that all you share is, you remember in high school, what happened? The high school is gone. You remember in college, first year, we met, it's what is the shared destiny? If you don't share destiny, you don't share values, that circle is important. That person has a role to play, but that role cannot be a central role. It can no longer be a central role in the story that you are creating. Make it a commitment that you are going to pay attention, spend your energy, spend your time on things you are committed to. Intentionality gives you the power to embody the identity God designed for me. Intentionality gives me the power to embody the identity God designed for me. I have been journaling about this one quote for probably 6 months. And every single time I come back to it, it feels like I am not done. I am not done. When you think about each of the words that are contained in here, so for example, there are a couple of, there are just only 2 words in there that are repeated twice. There is me, and then there is me, right? Intentionality gives me the power to embody the identity God designed for me. Those are 2 different me's. There is the me I am right now, and there is the me that has already been designed, that is complete. And the gap between is my ability to embody. That me is complete. That me is perfect. That me is able to do whatever he decides to do. The gap there is, how do I bridge the gap between me and me? We spoke during a previous session of the 90-day momentum challenge that 2024 is a battle between me and me. It's not a battle between me and you. It's not a battle between you and somebody else. It's a battle between you and you. And who are the 2 yous? There is the you that needs to start embodying, and there is the you that has been designed. There is the you that is the blueprint, and there is the you that is the raw material that needs to be formatted and designed and created so that it can resemble the original design. But I wanted us to look specifically on the word power. And when you have synonyms for some of the key ideas in a concept, for example, if I say something that resonates with you today, pick that one thing and then try breaking it down to segments, but also find the alternative words that represent the same idea. A lot of the times that helps you absorb that whatever resonated with you deeper, because it resonates because it has a place that it's landing. So I wanted to look at the word power, authority, strength, control, capability, influence, might, supremacy, dominance, command, force, energy, leadership, effectiveness, potency, jurisdiction, sovereignty, clout, autonomy, privilege, capacity, governance, ascendancy, robustness, vigor, hold, prowess, preeminence, dominion, empowerment, enforceability, competence, endurance, leverage, potential, reign. Pick 3 words that resonate for you when it comes to power. Just 3. Write them down. Just pick 3 words. I'm giving you another 10 seconds. Pick 3 words. Now you have 5 seconds. Okay? And now I want you to go back to this quote and read it with your alternative words. Just read it with the alternative words. And read it like you believe it. Intentionality gives me dash to embody the identity God designed for me. And after you've read it like that, I need you to write down 2 or 3 sentences. That means, so what does that mean for you? What is the implication as a result of this? What is it that you have already received because of this? Or what is it you will be able to do? Or what is it that you will be open to or willing to think about, willing to entertain? So what is the implication? If we just read it here and that's it, you write down your own interpretation. What does this mean to you as a person? Intentionality gives me the influence, the authority to embody the identity God designed for me. That means if I've been given the authority, it means there's a presumption that I have the capacity, right? It gives me the sway. Oh, okay. So I can just sway in and start embodying. I may not be perfect today, but I will make my best effort in terms of embodying the identity that God designed for me. Intentionality gives me the power to embody the identity God designed for me. We will keep breaking this down. I have entertained the idea of writing a whole booklet just based on this quote by itself. Intentionality gives me the power to embody the identity God designed for me. I believe intention is one of the highest forces of life. That if you look at God, at the time he's creating, you see the expression of his intention. Let us create. That the intention was established before the action, which is why if you are going to transform your days in 2024, you better start each day with intentionality. Establish the intention before you leave the day. He said, let us create. It's like, it's this. If anybody doesn't need to talk to himself, it's God. I need to talk to myself. You need to talk to yourself. But it's like, let us, is it like, was he going to forget? No, that's because one of the highest principles of creation is intention. When somebody is saying they're going to build a house, you ask, what is the intention? In other words, show me the blueprint. Is it a bungalow? Is it a 3-story house? What kind of house are you building? What is the intention? So if I meet you today, I will ask, oh, you are starting your day. What is your intention for the day? In other words, what is it you have established before you start living this day? Intentionality gives me the power to embody. If there's no blueprint, there will be no body resulting. If you don't have a blueprint, you will not have a body, because what are you building off of? It's not accident. It's not by accident that God said, let us create. By the time he's creating, it's like we know what he's going to create because the intention has already been established. Has your intention for 2024 been established so that you can start tapping into that intention for every single day as we go along? So that's the word power. There are probably like 5 or 6 more layers just on this word by itself, but we will keep going. Pick your identity. You may want to, so pick from the words that you found here, circle one word that resonates with you. And today is going to be about that word. See in which ways control or capability or energy or autonomy or empowerment or competence, see in which ways those show up during your day today. So circle one and then select your identity from here. What is going to be your identity today? Are you going to be firm? Are you going to be unyielding? Are you going to be purposeful? Are you going to be single-minded? Are you going to be focused or relentless or tenacious? If you have an alternative word that resonates with you more, that's what you go with. Are you going to be decisive or steadfast? Pick your word. The power slide, so I've seen somebody request, just take, I will give you 5 seconds, take a quick look at that slide, and then we'll move on. Okay, 2 seconds. Right, we'll move on so that we don't run behind. So have you run the tapes? You have 2 minutes to run the tape. It is 8:52. Once it hits 8:54, run the tapes, write down a couple of things. And this is just a beginning. We can't do all of it here. And if you're not doing this work, again, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. And I do not have on my CV entertainer as one of my identities. Yeah, it's not one of my identities. So if you're not doing the actual, so what happened yesterday? This is something for us to get into the habit of doing. The goal is to see what kind of images come to your mind, what things stand out from yesterday. Then once we get into the habit of running the tapes, then we can start painting those tapes, coloring those tapes, so that we can start suppressing what needs to be specifically suppressed and magnifying what needs to be magnified. Because once we magnify, then we can carry it forward, magnifying intentionally instead of letting the external environment magnify it for us. You have 1 more minute. And I encourage you to continue doing this work after we are done. Just run the tapes. Just write as fast as you can, see what comes, and whatever comes, just write it. Don't judge what comes. Don't think about what comes. Just write it. You will continue doing that work later. Today, the 8th of February, 2024, I am meeting you at 10 p.m. and it's actually midnight. That's what I put on the slide. It's midnight on 8th, and you have already lived through this day. So I need you to put your pens down and close your eyes. Put your pen down, close your eyes. It is 11:59, about to hit midnight, and the day is over. It was a magnificent day. It was a magnificent day. How did you feel about throughout the day? Were you able to feel dynamic or powerful or competent, whatever word you selected? Were you able to manifest your identity, the identity you selected? In the office or in the school or in the clinic or at the workplace or in the field, wherever you work, when you showed up from the moment you arrived, what are the first things that you did which actually proved that this is a day you are going to live that identity and you are going to exercise that element of power, whether it's competence or authority or sway or clout, whatever you selected. How did you spend your time? Were you effective in terms of how you spent your time? How was your posture? Were you slumped over or did you walk upright? What was on your face? Were you smiling through most of the day? How was your voice? Were you whispering? People asking, pardon, what did you say? Or were you articulate, intentionally trusting that what you have to offer is of value? Were you on time to all that you needed to do, or did you run late? How did you feel at the end of the day? Were you proud of yourself? Right? Could open your eyes and do your specific reflection for this question. If you had already lived through this day in a magnificent way, can you write down 5 to 10 things that happened today that made today a magnificent day? By the time the day arrived, you had already decided what was going to happen. So let's decide before the day gets here. Please write down the specific things that you did well. That's mostly going to focus on how you carried yourself, which includes how you related to yourself, how you thought of yourself, how you saw yourself, and how you interacted with other people. Of course, how you handled your most important resources, which are time, energy, and attention. Jot down your thoughts. Let's establish, this is your first time to do this. Establish the day. Write down the constitution of the day and let's see what happens. And don't write down the to-do list. That's a different question altogether. This is the how. How did you live the day? How did you choose? Actually, how did you consciously choose to live the day? Not accidentally. How did you consciously choose to live the day? So you're going to have another 2 minutes to do that. One more minute to go.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood, living in the present, not what I shoulda or could. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does, turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church say, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good
Right, that's something you can complete later. Let's finish up the remaining part of the presentation. You will keep seeing this. When you declare your intention, you renounce all allegiance to foreign governments and become a loyal citizen. I'm not going to ask you to unmute this time around. Everybody stays mute, okay? So I don't know if you're able to read it concurrently with me, or I can just read out the statements. The important thing is that this is not meant to be read. This is meant to be incanted, which means verbalized with full emotion. If you don't verbalize it with full emotion, it doesn't stick. This is where your mind follows your body, right? So I'm going to just read it for you. I will be off video so that I don't blur anything on the screen. And don't take a picture of this. You'll just be distracting yourself. I need you to actually have your mind present fully. Put your pen down and just have your mind present fully and receive it, like commit to it. Are you ready? Are you committing to your next level? Right? So let's do this declaration. Right, I will read it, and I presume that you read it behind me. Make sure you read it with intention. Don't run through the words, okay? I will start. In the past, I felt powerless. I allowed external forces and limiting beliefs to hold me back. Yet today, February 8th, 2024, I am seizing back my power. Today, I am determined to direct my intentions, master my focus, and take command of my actions. Today marks the exciting beginning of my journey to the next level. I am now deliberately releasing fear and doubt. I am shading outdated beliefs, mindsets, and perceptions. I am determined to shape my reality with purpose. I am eager to unlock my true potential. I am willing to move to my next level. I need you to say that last one like you mean it. I am willing to move to my next level. I can't hear you because you are muted, but I need to feel you. One more time, I need to say that last one like you mean it. I am willing to move to my next level.
I am willing to move to my next level.
Don't take anything personally this week. Don't take anything personally this week. And it's time for you to do your daily reset. the power word you selected and the identity, between those two, you can figure out which one is going to be your primary intention, or maybe you combine the two to create your intention for today, and then select your focus. What are you releasing? What are you claiming? The last one is going to come from your declaration. Are you willing? Are you permitting yourself to move to your next level? If you are, if you really are, if your answer to that is a 10, then that is going to be your fifth statement, your fifth component, permitting yourself to move to your next level. And hopefully you can feel that as you live through the day, that you can be the evidence by yourself. You can be the witness that you are moving to the next level by how you live today. You have 2 minutes to be done with the daily reset. So go for it.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Ready to sing in praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood, living in the present, not what I shoulda or coulda. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does, turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Ready to sing in praise. I'm about to have
1
a
minute
good
to
day.
go.
In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good day, no, it's great. Everything I prayed for didn't come in late. I got all I need and I didn't have to wait. Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things new, gray skies blue.
30
Hear the
seconds.
church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Ready to sing in.
You could complete whatever remains after this meeting. We have a couple of minutes remaining. I think we will be doing 45 minutes unless I narrow down and cut back a lot of some of the ingredients. And so far, it hasn't felt right to go any faster than we have gone. Perhaps for now, we'll just do it this way, 5:30 to 6:15, unless there are people who are unable to attend for that long. And by saying doing it, I'm referring to Mondays, because Mondays will be the designated days. Any additional days will just be bonus days. The pace of this feels more relaxed, and hopefully you also get time to actually do the work. Because if you are not doing the work, we are doing entertainment, and I'm not registered with MCSK to share my music for entertainment. I'm just here coming to you from Oklahoma. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing and see who do we have here. So we have about 46 people. I see Frida, Lucy, Dawn, Maureen, Millicent, Collins, Judy. I can't read everybody's name. I see Rispa Mogire. You sound very familiar. Sounds like I know you from somewhere. Yeah, Rispa is helping me do a lot of work that I can't do. She'll be the one communicating with you. She's very soft, but she's firm. I see Dr. Undari, my colleague. Anis logged in at 5:15. It notified me that somebody has started the meeting. So Anis noticed. Thank you. I see Wangoi. I see Esther Irongo. Sylvia. Yes. Sylvia usually is the only person who has the vertical screen. But today I have several people who have vertical screen. So usually I see a vertical screen, I'm like, that is Sylvia. Domintira, Nyambura Mama Twins, Shiro, of course. I have to know that Shiro is here. Mary Joy. There is a Nyambura that has disappeared, Gladys. All right, I'm going to just have 2 or 3 people share really briefly, then we will be done with the meeting. Any spontaneous volunteers?
Good morning.
Eunice, thank you. In the meantime, everyone else, just drop in the chat, what any big takeaway, anything that has been clear to you this morning, that, something that resonated. Eunice, go ahead.
What resonated with me is when you talked about creation, intentionality being the highest principle in creation. I have never seen it that way, that even God himself had intentions when he was creating. That stood out strongly for me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eunice. Thank you for spontaneously volunteering. Who else has the intention to volunteer? Shalene, because, okay, Florence, go ahead, Florence. And then after that, Shalene, next, to welcome you back.
Thank you. Today you'll permit me to be off camera.
That's okay.
My camera has some challenges. But my take home today
Florence,
is as
do you have 2 devices on?
my take home today is,
Yeah, go ahead.
when you are talking about connecting with God, before he created me, he had the intention.
Yeah.
And I have found this morning you are directing me back to the one who has the manufacturer's manual. So once I managed to connect to that manual, I will move swiftly. My life will become easy. I'll not need to struggle because I will have plugged in to my purpose. That's my take home.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Florence. I personally believe that you cannot be intentional. I want to be sure that I don't end up saying something that would be misaligned with my spiritual beliefs. But I believe you can't be truly intentional and be misaligned with God's will, because intentionality requires that you don't take the path of least resistance. And that is consistent with any spiritual pursuit. The path of least resistance is out of the question if you are being intentional. The easiest way out is out of the question. The shortcuts are out of the question. So when you are intentional, you align with the highest power that there is. So that's something I have to think about to make sure I'm not shouting a fallacy, but that's what's in my heart, that when you are intentional, you you eliminate the possibility that you will be letting yourself off the hook by taking shortcuts. Yeah, so thank you, Florence. Two more people, or one more person, because we are at 9:15. One more person.
Hi, everyone. Hello,
Yes,
Doc.
Shalene, I had appointed you. Welcome back, Shalene. Shalene has had a couple of rough days, but here she is smiling and up at 5 in the morning. I applaud you. So let's go ahead, Shalene.
I don't take it for granted. It's such an honor and filled with grace to be here. So I'm so thankful for this opportunity. What stood out for me today is don't join people who have common interests. I think that has always been the mentality that I've been going with, but join people who have common values. Because if you don't share a destiny, you don't share values. That has woken me up properly today. So that is my take home today. Thank you so much. Yeah, and have a blessed